Hi, I'm Jenny Wren with More Mommy Moments, and today I'm going to share with you how to create your shopping list. And as always, I wanted to mention that in the link below, you can sign up for a 45-day free trial of Plan to Eat if you don't already have it. They don't require any credit card information when you sign up, and so it's a great way to get started and explore it and see how great this tool can actually be for you. So in the previous video, we went through planning out our meals, and so now I want to talk about creating a shopping list. So we're going to click here at the top at Shop, and then we're going to come over here, and this is the part that will often trip people up, is the date range. So I am going to choose the date range of August 1st through August 8th, and we're going to save that range. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that over here it shows me exactly what recipes we have planned for those days. And if I go to a recipe, it will highlight the ingredients that are part of that recipe. So that's a great way to kind of do a double check, to go back and forth and see what you have planned. And conversely, when you go here and put your cursor over the letter, it will pop up and tell you what meal that is planned for, what recipe. So there are several things we can do now that we have our recipes pulled over into a shopping list. You'll see that I have several different grocery stores, and you can expand them, you can shorten them, and I have a little personal hack where when I'm shopping on a different day of the week, let's say I will buy all of my staples once a week, but I'll go out twice for fresh items, I will just shift some items to a store that I call a store that I'll name by the day of the week, so that I know what to wait on. So I'm not buying fresh things the first day that I don't need until day 5 or 6, for example, and then they won't be any good. So you've got all of your grocery stores here, and it will show you how many items you have at each of these stores. And so you can expand them, collapse them just by clicking up above. So then the next thing is you want to go through your list and compare it to the things that you may already have on hand. So the first thing I do is I go through the list and I match it up to my pantry, my refrigerator, and I'll say, okay, you know what? I do not have canned tomatoes on hand, so I'm going to leave that here. But I do have chicken broth in my pantry, so I'm going to just remove that item. And then this, I love this because I can just say, you know what, I'm doing this today. Stop asking me if I'm sure, but I can go through. And I can go through and say, okay, you know what, I have black beans already in my pantry, so I'm gonna delete that as well if I choose to. And then I just continue on through this way, deleting the items that I already have on hand. The next thing that I do is then I go through and I make sure that everything is in the corresponding store, it's in the right place. So I can click on that edit. I'll show you again in case you missed that, this pencil for edit the item. I can click on that, and then I can come over here and I can put it into the correct store, the correct category. I can make any of these changes here that I want to make. Now Aldi is my go-to, so most things do go to Aldi, but I can make those changes there and then it will fix it. You'll also see that you could also do this batch editing. I know I have olive oil and I have salt, so I don't need to purchase any of those things. So rather than going through each of these one at a time to delete them, I am just going to click on all 4 of them and go up here to the top and click on remove. So that's a very simple way to get this list in line with what it is that you need. Now sometimes there are extra things that we know we need to add as well. So we're going to add those items here. I happen to know that because my daughter is home from college and she does not like to eat any meat, she needs tofu. So I'm going to get 2 packages of tofu for her. And I am going to get that at Food Lion because they do not sell that at Aldi. So I've now added that to the list. You can add one thing at a time. You could add milk. You could add eggs. And you can see that it will auto-select the store and the category based on what you typically do. But let's say that I happen to know that there is a pretty good egg sale over at Lewis Fresh this week. I can change that one store to go to that. So you can batch add items here as well. And I'm just going to cancel that because this is my shopping list and I don't want to mess it up by adding things in that I don't actually need right now. So the other thing that I really like here is, I want to point this out, is this shopping list notes. Now, oatmeal is on here, but we want to make sure that we get the old-fashioned kind, not the quick oats. So this is a great place to add that note into it. So then whoever's doing the shopping can see, oh, it does matter. It makes a difference. The other thing that I do here is I have my children, if they're adding items themselves, I make them add their initial so that when I am going through and I see that, oh, Cocoa Puffs has been added, I can see that my son put it on the list and then I can determine whether or not it is something that we're going to purchase. It just helps to keep the list clean. And then as soon as we have done these things, these updates, it is automatically synced to the cloud. So if somebody else pulls this up on a different computer with the same login, or they pull it up on the app, it is going to be there and it is going to be current. So I showed you how I went through and I checked on things. The other thing I do is I will just run through all of these different stores and I will decide whether that's the appropriate store. And so in this case, I don't think I'm going to hit the farmer's market this week. I'm going to get these things at Aldi. So I've just clicked on select all. I've gone up to the top to store and I'm going to click on store and it will just move those things over from there. So as you can see, it's a very, very easy way to create the list. And if I have changed any of the menu quantities, doubled them or halved them or anything like that, it is all set and it recognizes that and matches it up over here on the ingredient list as well. So easy peasy, great way to keep things clear and a great way to make it very obvious what you need somebody to pick up if they are at a specific store.